Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel once again. As you all are aware of that, most of today's generation application require some sort of authentication. For example, email and password, Google sign in, Facebook sign in, and many others are there. When it comes to Flutter app development, we all choose first Google's email or password authentication or Google sign in authentication because these options are easy for the user to sign into any app for further usage, and also it is very easy to implement in Flutter with the help of Firebase SDK or Firebase plugins which are available free of cost. In this video, we will see how you can implement email or password authentication using Firebase in Flutter. If you are new to my YouTube channel, then please consider subscribing. If you like the content or if it is helping you in any manner, then share it with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get benefit from this content or from this video, and they can also share their experience with all. Follow the steps mentioned over here to implement email or password authentication in Firebase using Flutter application. Prior to that, if you haven't set up your Firebase with Flutter application, then you can check out my other videos where I have clearly explained how to set up Firebase in the Flutter application. After doing that, come back to this Firebase console and you can find authentication tab here, and inside authentication you can find sign in methods like email or password, Google sign in, Facebook, play games, and these are the sign up or authentication method provided by Firebase. So in this video we will be going with this email or password and how you can implement that. So you need to go to here sign in providers and enable this feature email or password and do a save. Once you done that, it will be enabled for you, and after doing that, let's go back to our code. What I have already done to save some time is that this is the old project that I had created while doing the Firebase setup or Firebase CRUD operations. I have modified it a little bit so that to save few minutes, let me walk you through what I have already done it. In our main file, I have hooked the sign in component which will be loaded on when the application is opened. If the user has already registered or signed up, then he can directly provide the email or password to log in or to sign in. If he hasn't done, or if he is the new customer or new user to this application, then he can go to sign up and he can do a sign up. After that, he can log in to this application. Now let's go back to our sign up.dat file. The first step is to get the instance of Firebase auth. Let's get that instance. Import the package. This instance will give us the feature to call any method like create user credentials with email and password or sign in with the email and password functionality. What we can do is we will create another method where we will register a user in our Firebase database. We will accept email and password. We will return a user type. This user is available in our Firebase auth. You can see the Firebase auth.dat package. I'll create a try catch block and I'll return the user. Let's call the auth methods to register a user with email and password. Now I am passing the email and password to our Firebase auth method, which is create user with email and password. This method returns Firebase feature of user credentials. Let's do one more thing, is that abort this method call to get the user credentials detail. This user credential will return user values which contains display name, email, password and other details. So store that value in our user property which we have declared in this line, user credential dot user. Let's return this value. Now we should call this method inside our sign up method. Now let's pass this password and email here. Sorry, copy this and copy this as well. This method will return a dynamic return type and we need a user type to store value. Let's check whether this value is null or not. If it is not null, then we will store our records in our Firebase users collection, which we will use later for our different purposes. Now we can go and try saving our records. Let's save it. Let's go to sign up page. In this sign up page, let's give some name and any email. Gmail and give your password, some value. Let's check whether any records is set up or not. It says future of dynamic is not a subtype of user. Future of dynamic. Okay. Here we have to return our user. It shows some error. Let's abort this call as well. Now save it. Now let's click on sign up button. I guess there's some error. Let's rerun the application. Go to the sign up page, enter Mangal. I have entered this email and password. See, it is unable to register this email and password because this email and password doesn't exist in the Google account. So what we need to do is we need to give the proper email address. This is my proper email address. Now if I go and click on this sign up button, it will sign up. Now you can see here it successfully signed up and it redirected to our user list page, which is our home page after registering or after sign up. To verify whether user has been registered or not, let's go to our Firebase console and check in this Firebase database. Just change the tabs. Here you can see one record has been inserted with mangaldas.lima and some name and email address and password. Let's go to the authentication tab. Like in this authentication tab, one user's record has to be inserted. Let's switch to the sign in method tab and again back to our users tab. You can see this is my email ID which I had provided during our registration. Here mangaldas.lima@gmail.com. In order to sign in, we need to follow the same approach in our sign in dot file. Let's go to signin.dart file and come back to our main page. Here email and password, and there is a sign in button. Click. Follow the same steps. First get our Firebase instance, import the package, and inside our sign in method we will call our sign in with email or credentials directly here. So we will create another, instead of creating this method again, what we will do is we will call this method from our sign in method. Await it and pass our email and password here. Let's create a user property. Let me wrap this code inside the try and catch block so that if any error comes we can see and we can resolve that one. Now check whether this user has some value or it is null. If it is null, and then we will do some operation, or if it is not null, then we will redirect to our home page, which is our list page. We no need to add another record because we have already added another record during our sign up. So we just need to redirect to our home page. We can do that by calling our push named method of navigator and give a routing here, home.route name, which we had already created in our home.dart file. If you go to home.dart file, you can see this is the home.route name through which we can redirect to here. So what we did is we called not create with user email and password. It should be sign in with email and password. This one, it will return user credential, and the user credential will have users record, and we are checking whether this user record is null or not. Once it is done, means once the condition is satisfied, then it will return to our home page. Let's save it and try with the credentials that we just created or we just signed up. Lima@gmail.com and password. I'm clearing the console. You can see it successfully logged in and it returned a value for the user token. This is something else that we will discuss on the upcoming videos in the detail wise. So now you can see we redirect to our user list. Similarly, we can create a sign out button inside our home, and we can call the sign out method of this auth to log out from this application and redirect back to our sign in page. We can do that, but if you are facing doing that implementation, then please do let me know in the comment section below. I'll create a separate video to help you in that, but it is very easy. You can do that by yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you have any questions or if you are facing any problems regarding this implementation, then please do let me know in the comment section below. I will reach out to you to solve your issues. Thank you so much once again.